I know the first speaker is always the most difficult. Anybody here want to ask or share his views or yes? At the back, please.
My name is Miss Man. I came from Baagri Mosque. I just want to ask the panel about this harmonious. Everything needs harmonious to become harmonious. There is a negative side and there is positive side. So if any disaster happen, a human being with negative disaster will blame everybody, even the God, the spirit, and the ghost. But if the person is positive, he will become positive. Everything he was taught is about positive, what his action do, what his thinking do, and what the next future he will do. So my question is, to become harmonious, what is the balance between the positive and the negative side? About 100%. So how much we become 100 positive, and if there is a bit of negative, so how much is the percent of negative? So that we can live harmonious in this world. Thank you very much.
Any other distinguished? Oh, it's too loud. Would anyone know if you want to answer this question? He's asking the positive and the negative sides of how do we actually get the both sides balanced when we come forward, and correct me if I'm wrong or your interpretation of the question as to how do we balance in becoming positive, is it? How do we become harmonious from the negative and the positive aspect? How many percent of negative and how many percent of positive?
Correct. To become harmonious. Because if total positive, there's no harmonious. Total negative also, no harmonious.
I see there's no extremes in that sense. Master, would you like to answer this question?
现在在我们的社会，确实每一个人对于和谐这个问题非常关注。好，大家都非常关心。在中国传统这个文化当中，它肯定了人性本善，人本质是善良，每一个人都是善良，所以说是中国古人的肯定的，每一个人都是圣贤。那为什么会变坏了呢？那是习性，那不是本性，就是你学坏了，你的周围环境不好，这个感染了你，你才会变坏。佛教的教学跟中国这个古的这个理念非常接近，你说释迦牟尼佛在大乘经典里面呢，告诉我们，一切众生本来是佛。跟这个中国古人说这本性本善呢，几乎是一个意思都是肯定善是我们的本性是我们的本质所以教育就非常重要。今天的社会是教育出了问题如果是教得好的话，这过去我们刚才提到，我们在汤池做了3年实验，证明这2桩事情。一个是人性本善，一个是人是可以教得好的，就是没有人教。如果有人教的话，人会回头向善，社会可以和谐。这个族群不同的族群、不同的文化、不同的宗教可以和睦相处，所以社会能够带向安定。
I'll do a short translation. In today's society, everyone is very concerned about harmony, how we can all live harmoniously. In ancient China, or rather the traditional Chinese teaching, it has been taught that our innate nature is kind. We are filled with kindness. And everyone recognizes this fact that we do have a kind nature. And this kind nature is innate in us. And since if our innate nature is kind and good, how did we turn bad? It is a result of the environment that we are living in. A bad environment influences us to be bad. Buddhist teaching is very similar to the Confucius teaching. Buddha said, all beings are Buddha, which is the same as our innate nature is filled with kindness, or we have a kind nature. The problems that we see today in today's society is a result of education, not properly being, or rather, sorry, today's problem is a result of bad education. We did an experiment in Tangshi, China. That experiment was very successful, and it proved 2 points, 2 facts. One, human can be taught. In other words, one can be educated. And the other point is, we do all have a kind nature. Therefore, in today's society, we can definitely be living harmoniously. Every ethnic groups, between races, between different people, we can definitely live in harmony because we all do have a kind, innate nature. Thank you.
Well, with regard to the question, insofar as I understand, the negative and the positive, well, we cannot answer all the questions with regard to natural disasters. Some of them we can attribute to, okay, human mistakes and so on, but other times we do not know. Anyway, we see when such things happen, we see the negative, but at the same time we see the positive. Because in general, we enjoy life, we enjoy a lot of things, but we take them for granted. So when such things happen to other people, then it can arouse in us a sense of gratitude with regard to what we are enjoying, the blessings that we have. So this is something positive. At the same time, it is, there are also opportunities for us to reach out to those people who are in need. So there's a question of helping us to be good, to be charitable, to be loving, and so on. See, so this can be the positive effects of what apparently are disasters then. Thank you.
Next question. I know it's past lunch. Stomach may be growling. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. Jolyon Kaplan from Mercy Relief, Singapore Polytechnic. Just thought I might just contribute a little bit. I actually, in my direct family, we've got 2 religions. I'm Muslim, my wife is Buddhist. I was brought up as a Christian, so I've had a bit of a taste of a number of different things. Singapore seems to be a lot more understanding than maybe some other countries where there might be a lot of tut-tutting about how can you have multiple religions in one family. So I would say go carefully on this. But one thing that's quite interesting, very, very interesting from what I've heard from the different 3 speakers, is that there is a real emphasis on understanding between religions. Now, I'm no expert at all, but what I can say is that my wife, who's very devout, and she prays a lot, seems to get her prayers answered. I really, really feel I've been so well looked after in my own way. I'm really convinced it's all going to the same place. And it seems to be, it's just obvious, like a no-brainer, as Americans would say, that when we are sincere from whichever direction we come from, definitely there's a good effect. So, leading to a question, it's a very, very, very big hope that people in mankind will catch on and really see that it is better to put aside differences and look at what is common. What do our speakers think is the likelihood that humankind could actually get engaged and really focus together rather than just be the three different colors that make up the white light? Is that too abstract? Is it just basically how much chance do we have? I'm not asking for percentages, but just do we have a hope of actually getting together? Or do you think we're destined not to be?
这个可能性是有的，就在新加坡做成功了，啊，新加坡9个宗教，确实像兄弟姐妹呀，像一家人，啊，我们曾经在一起学习，啊，过去我在这里住了3年多的时间，啊，我们这个新加坡的居士连。 每一个星期都有不同宗教的这些长老啊、传教士来给我们讲解不同宗教的教义，我们学习得很愉快。啊，这个宗教之中，如果都能够理解了，就知道它里面没有矛盾，没有对立，啊，同一个爱，啊，这个爱是所有宗教的一个核心啊、中心的一个。 念，啊，那么在这个新旧约里面，神爱世人，啊，上帝爱世人，古兰经里面，啊，真主确实是仁慈的，在佛法里面讲慈悲，啊，无缘大慈，同体大悲，所以它的中心思想是一个，啊，都是爱人，爱人就不会害人，啊，爱人呢，一定是，能。 别人呢有困难的时候，一定会关怀，啊，会照顾，会援助，啊，所以这个就是人性，啊，在中国人讲，这是人的本善，啊，那么教育，无非是把我们的本善找回来，啊，从习性不善，从不善找回来，啊，这个就是，教育终极的目标，啊，所以在这个。 佛教教育跟中国传统教育，啊，它就是恢复你的本性，啊，恢复你的本善，在佛法里啊，恢复你的本觉，啊，你本来是觉而不迷的，就是对于宇宙啊这个万物，你都能理解，啊，同一个根源所生的，啊，同一个体所生的，所以宇宙。 万物啊，跟自己的关系非常的密切，啊，明白这个道理之后，这个爱心自然就升起来了，啊，所以它是可以和谐的，可以合作的。新加坡做出最好的榜样，啊。
There is chance to answer your question. It is illustrated and demonstrated in Singapore. There are 9 religions in Singapore. We are all like brothers and sisters. Right now, there are 10 religions in Singapore, and we are all living like brothers and sisters. I lived in Singapore for 3 years and more, and we managed to unite the 10 religions in Singapore. Back then, at Singapore Buddhist Lodge, on a weekly basis, we invited teachers from different religions to the premise and give their own teaching. We all learned from one another very happily. Therefore, between religions, there is no conflicts, there is no contradictions. It is all about love. Love is the common message. It is the universal message in all religions. In the New Testament, it talks about God love everyone. In Quran, it mentioned about God is indeed loving. In Mahayana teaching, Buddhism, we talk about compassion. These are all different definitions of love. With love, there is no harm. You will not be harming anyone. And love is indeed our kind, innate nature. Education is important because education helps us to recover our kind, innate nature. In Buddhist teaching, it talks about recovering your consciousness. If we have this understanding that the whole universe originates from the same origin, we will not harm anyone because we are very closely related to the universe. With this understanding, love can be grown within us. And with love, all religions can work hand in hand with one goal in mind. Singapore is the best example. All 10 religions are united and working as one. Thank you.
When I listen to Master Ching Kung, I just simply don't want him to stop. Because I'm benefiting a lot with such an experienced person. Today, the first question was asking by our friend, and he was answering one question. Something very interesting, that he said that in the old Chinese teaching that all men has kindness in the heart. Original teaching has kindness. And this is very, very true, because in our Islamic teachings are also the same. And what Master talked about loving, and this is very important, because if someone who is in love, love is something very great. And that is why the teaching of Christianity, Your Grace, if I'm not wrong, that Jesus is talking about love. Because love is very powerful. You don't see whether the person is blind. You can see the person as ugly as possible. But when you love the person, that's it. You can throw away anything, but you go for love. It's something very strong. But to add what Master was saying, our friend was asking about the unity. I think there is an English saying that great mind thinks alike. Am I right? You see, we are here today together, 3. We have heard what we talk about. Can you see similarities or not? Do you see a lot of similarities? You see, there are so many similarities. And we can get together, we can sit down together. Why? Because our aim is one. First of all, we talk about natural disasters. We want to do something. We are all concerned. We heard about what the Archbishop has been doing, the Catholic, for those disasters. Master Ching Kung, he traveled from one country to another, moving around, helping others. He don't care what race you are, what religion you are. Why? Great mind. This is important. And that is why in Islam, it's always said, Anil mar'i la tas'al wasal an garinihi, fakullu garinin bil muqarini yaktadi. Which is very important for us. Choose our friends. Choose our associates. Be close to the right people. Be close to the sincere people. Be close to the intelligent people. Be close to the good people. Be close to those people who respect other people. If you are good and you are close to good people, you will become good. But if you like to be strong, you mix with gangsters, can you be good? We don't know. Definitely it's going to be difficult. So that is why know that every religion teaches goodness. In every religion, there is something to learn from. And the man with the right mind will understand and will respect every religion, because the basic teaching of all religion is to guide person to the right morality, to be good in life, to be happy, to be helpful with each other, and to be a good person. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have the next question? Or the stomach all growling already? Yes, please.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for the honorable speakers, very enlightened speeches that you have really made. Thank you very much. My question is, I'd like to reiterate Imam Habib Hassan has just mentioned that you mix with the good people and you become good. It's the same teaching also Buddhism has says that it advises us to associate with the wise and you become wiser. That is the, having the same kind of a teaching, which I appreciate that, you have brought up, In fact, all religion is the same, which you have really emphasized. That's the question I just want to, reiterate. The other question is that I understand from today's news that today is a judgment day. 21st of May today. But this has been claimed for many, many times, for the past few years. So maybe Iman has just mentioned also that Almighty God is testing our patience, and do please be patient with us. That could be the, a message he's trying to show it to us. I thank you.
Hello. My name is Rustam Gadiali. I'm from the Zoroastrian religion. See, I have been listening to Master Chin Kung for 15 years now, and I always find my time to see him. What my question is that these disasters that are happening regularly now, it's almost like every month. Is there some sign of a sign for the people to understand that there is a world is coming to an end? And people should pray more, because the power of prayer is always there. Or we are just taking it easy. We are still not worried about it. You can see the way the oil companies are dealing with us. We can easily use the solar energy, but not yet. So what is to be done about it? We talk about religion, we talk about prayers, all that, but really the governments are not taking us seriously. People should wake up, like what is happening today in Middle East, the Jasmine Revolution. The world should wake up to this, because I think these disasters are a sign. God is telling you that something is going to happen if you don't wake up. That's my thinking, and I'm asking my learned people, what do they think about it? Thank you.
Archbishop, would you answer this question? Or Master or Imam?
Well, with regard to do the disasters here tell us that the world is coming to an end? Now for us, as Jesus has said, we do not know the day nor the hour. We do not know. However, these disasters and the people who lose their lives in all this, they may be a reminder for all of us that the day will come when we have to go. So we do not know when. So we have to be prepared at all times. We have to be prepared at all times. Because these disasters occur in different places, but it can occur anytime for anyone also. Because it's not just a question of natural disasters. We may be just walking on the road and we can be killed. We can just go for a swim and we drown, whatever it is. So none of us really know when the end will come for us, but we must be prepared at all times and do our best. And so, for me, I would say that the disasters and all this can have these positive points for us there to say we must be prepared at all times. We must be prepared at all times. We do not know the day nor the hour. And at the same time, the positive thing is also that when disasters happen and all this, we can reach out in service. And in service means love. Because love in practice must be in service then. So it's something positive for us also then. So, as I said earlier also, regarding the question of disasters, okay, we can see the negative side, but we also can see the positive side then. Okay.
大比教的教父，我们这个大主教的教诲，我们听了的时候，有同样的感受啊。这个灾难，实在说呢，我是前年看到美国2012的这个电影啊，我是从来不看电影的，被同学们拉着去看了这场电影，我就说这是上天呢给我们的警告啊，也是给我们的启示啊。所以灾难来了的时候，不要害怕啊，要镇静。这个害怕了就错误了，本来不受灾难的，这一害怕灾难你就感受到了啊，所以一定要冷静的来对待啊。那么最重要的呢，要断恶修善，要改邪归正啊，要端正心念，认真呢，把圣贤教诲学好啊。每一个宗教都是好的啊，每一个宗教的圣人呢，啊，我们都是尊敬的，都是应该向他学习的啊。真正把自己的境界提升，这个是最重要的，因为人不能没有死亡啊，人是决定有死亡的。 死亡要知道，身体死亡，灵性没有死亡，这是宗教里都承认的啊。所以身体死亡之后去处不一样啊。心地善良的、断恶修善的，他有天堂可以去，有天园可以去，在佛法讲有极乐世界啊。如果造作一切不善的，那的确是真的是有地狱，这地狱不是假的啊，这是几乎所有宗教都肯定的，所以去处不一样啊。所以这一桩事情呢，并不是一个悲哀的事情。这个去年8月啊，这是有一些国外的这些学者在悉尼开了个会，讨论到这个问题。美国布勒登先生他就说，他希望全世界在这个时候啊，在这个2012之前这个时候啊，应该弃恶向善啊，这个改邪归正，端正心念，不但灾难可以化解，而且这还可以把地球带向更好的未来。这个说法跟佛法、跟中国传统说法是同一个意义啊，是我们有理由能够相信啊。这个里面的甚深的道理，那就是心理跟物理的关系。今天这个世界偏重在物理上的研究啊，而疏忽了在心理啊。好在这个这个德国的一个科学家啊，是布朗克啊，爱因斯坦的老师啊，他是专门研究原子的啊。他说了一句话，我觉得对我们很大的启示。他说，根据他的研究啊，这个宇宙之间根本就没有物质这个东西。我们的身体是物质啊，它物质的缘起是什么呢？它是意念啊，意念是物质的基础。那从这个说法是，这个念头跟这个外面的环境关系非常密切。这个道理佛经上讲得很透彻啊，3000年前释迦牟尼佛讲的，现在科学家把它证实了。这个意念好，首先身体好啊，身体好啊，身体健康长寿啊，这是意念好。那你居住的环境也好啊，佛法讲的是境随心转呢。如果我们这个地区每个人的意念都好，这个地区就不会有灾难啊。所以这些近代科学家的时候说的这句话的时候，对我们很管用啊。一定要研究这个心理，这个心理是智慧，物理是知识，知识跟智慧不一样。智慧是没有局限的，没有后遗症的。知识有局限，还有后遗症，他没办法解决这个问题。我参加10几次这个联合国的和平会议，接触了很多专家学者，全都是知识啊，所以知识对这个问题束手无策啊。这个冲突啊，灾变的频率年年上升啊，这是也一次比一次严重。所以用佛法、用中国传统、用印度哲学来讲是，心理能够主宰物理啊，这个问题就的确可以解决。所以我们的心地善良可以改变我们的健康啊，有病态的这个细胞啊，都可以自然恢复正常啊。所以居住这个地方呢，确实可以影响树木花草、山河大地。这日本江本博士做的水试验，他在琵琶湖做的那个实验就很成功啊。所以确实人心重要啊，人心好了，没有一样不好。那么这就是宗教教育最重要的一个环节啊。 宗教都是教人做好人，啊，好人身心健康，好人所居住的地方啊没有灾变，所以是富人居福地，福地富人居，啊，信仰宗教的人都是有福的人。
After listening to Archbishop's teaching, we have the same understanding and same feeling towards Archbishop's teaching. I watched the movie 2012 when I was pulled by some classmates. I've never watched a movie in my life, but had the occasions to watch the movie, and it's all about world disasters. I guess it is a message from God, getting us to be alerted about disasters. When disaster strikes, we should not fear. When we fear during disaster, it's going to bring forth more. As such, we should all remain calm and be cool-minded when disaster strikes. We should all stop our evils, our all negative actions, and cultivate kindness. We should all start to learn from all the holy teachings, all the sacred teachings. And they are all teaching us to be good. They are all teaching us to cultivate kind actions. We should all respect and learn from all different religious teachings, because it helps to raise our spiritual aspect. Our physical form can die, but the spiritual aspect of us cannot die. Death is to this physical form, this physical body, not the spiritual aspect of us. This is equivalent to be reborn in the heaven. Or in Buddhism, it talks about to be reborn in the Western paradise or Pure Land. Therefore, if we were to cultivate good, our spiritual aspects will be born in the Pure Land. On the flip side, health is something real. It is not fake. And this is being taught in all religions. In August 2010, there was a conference held in Sydney. Mr. Brighton mentioned that we should all stop evil before 2012. And we should all start cultivating good actions and cultivate kindness. Because this will actually help to make the earth, our living environment, a better place to live in. This is indeed similar and same in the teaching of Buddhism. We should all learn that the physical aspect of us is being affected by our mind. The spiritual aspect will definitely have a role and can influence the living environment. It is mentioned by a German scientist, Planck, quantum physicist. He mentioned about the physical form is a result of our mind. And our mind can definitely affect the environment. It is proven by scientists. This was being taught by Buddha 3,000 years ago. A positive mind can definitely bring forth good health and thus affecting a better environment because the environment is affected by our mind. With a positive mind, there will be no disasters. We should all learn and know that the spiritual aspect of all this learning is about wisdom. If you were to concentrate more on the physical aspect of the environment, it becomes a knowledge. Knowledge has side effects, whereas wisdom does not have side effects. I participated in more than 10 peace meetings organized by United Nations. All these discussions were all about knowledge. As a result, you can see that the number of conflicts, the number of disasters are happening on the rise year over year. In Buddhism and traditional Chinese teachings, they are teaching us to cultivate good and stop all evil. These teachings will definitely help to resolve all these conflicts. Therefore, we all learn that a positive mind brings forth good health and thus positively influencing our environment. Trees, rivers, and the big environment will all be a better place for us to live, for all to live in. In the experiment conducted by Dr. Emoto on the polluted river, it showed to us that we can definitely influence our environment. Therefore, education is very important. It teaches us to be good, and it also shows to us that man can definitely be taught. So it is very important that we should all learn from others, and our mind has a positive effect on the environment. Thank you.
I'd just like to add one or two things. It is a fantastic thing what Master Ching Kung was saying. That means his wisdom is very important, above knowledge. This is something very true. And I want to add one small thing I remember from the saying of our Imam Ali. And he said, what is piety? One of the criteria for piety, or a pious person, is intelligence. With wisdoms, you must have intelligence. You look at the successful people on earth, they are intelligent people. How to become intelligent, and what is intelligent? Some said, according to Imam Ali, he said, an intelligent person is, he think first before he do anything. A stupid person do first and then he think. So thinking is one of the most important aspects of life. Our friend Mr. Pooh was talking to us just now. Today, 21st is Judgment Day. I'm learning something today. But I think to many of us, every day is a judgment day. When we face life, we have to make sure, as someone said, don't count the days, but make the days count. Don't think there's a few more days. Suppose you want to get married. You think 5 more days, 6 more days. No. But today, what you do? Have you prepared yourself? Have you done anything good today? Have you improved your character? Have you learned something good? This is very important. What is important for us today? All of us here. We should not just go back, wow, very nice. We see the smiling face of Mr. Sadwan. We got to learn the smile. But what is more important for us? Ask ourselves, what are we bringing home? What we should bring home, that we should be a better person than the time we came into this room. Must always remember that every day, if we train ourselves to be a good person, do not let the days pass, but every day we should count and improve ourselves. Please, don't go back empty-handed. Bring something. Improve what is our weakness. May God help all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know when I will die or when will this world end. And if 2012 is to be believed, we have 6 more months. But I know this, while I'm alive, and I believe all of you will agree with me, you will always be a responsible person, you will always be a compassionate person. And being a Singaporean, I must say that I'm blessed in the sense that as soon as someone needs our assistance, I have seen that we do not see a skin color, you do not see the appearance, you do not see my belief, or you do not judge my religion. The first thing that you do is you extend your hand. And that is why if you look at Mercy Relief's logo, it is extending hands. And if you see, it's of different color. That's why we deliberately put it that you don't see the color of the skin. And I think with that, I also have been blessed and privileged to be on the same platform as our 3 distinguished guests. I've learned a lot today, I must say. With that, can I invite you to put your hands together to give our deepest appreciation to our 3 distinguished guests.